She's so smart. She's so good at it. Okay, congrats, Mina. We'll be watching, and we're rooting for you, obviously, as well. To end the show, the Bucks, we know this. They have said that they are open to trading Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now it just feels like an inevitable situation. Very unlikely he stays in Milwaukee, although still a possibility. What team should be open to trading right now for Giannis? Are the Celtics the best fit there? Perk.
You're damn right it is. For Jaylen Brown. And that's all basically you're going to have to give up because he make a lot of money. Can you imagine Jason Tatum and Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Eastern Conference in Celtic green? They would be the best duo in the East. And what we saw from Jason Tatum when he returned from injury, is that he's ready to be that point forward. Because, yes, he could score. We saw the rebounds, but we also saw the assists. And I heard he did an interview yesterday with somebody else, not Jaylen Brown. He did an interview, and he said he want to win another championship and another Finals MVP.
And a Finals MVP because he didn't win the Finals.
Yeah. So, Boston, Brad Stevens, pick up the phone.
Yeah, I don't know why Milwaukee would make that trade for Brown. I mean, they need younger players and draft picks. Getting Jaylen Brown, they win 42 games. He'll play great, but they're going to be in purgatory. They won't be in playing games.
Well, you want to get him with assets.
I got to get some draft picks. How about Dylan Harper and a couple picks from the Spurs? Something along those lines. I'm not saying that's the trade, but they need younger players, draft picks who they can build around in the future, not a guy who's 31, 32 years of age who's got 5 years left in the NBA where they're not going to do anything. So I don't like the trade for them.
Giannis, you want an all-star. You want a guy that's capable of coming up there and giving you some numbers, but you also want a couple of young pieces, a couple of picks, that kind of thing. It's going to take more than just Jaylen Brown to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. We understand that. But if you are the Milwaukee Bucks, you have to move in a different direction. And if you're the Boston Celtics, you most certainly have. It can't be live by the three, die by the three. You have to have some level of versatility, some kind of interior presence as well to complement Jason Tatum and not put that load on him as well. I think you have to look at it from that standpoint.
I'm going to tell you another.
Just to clarify, though, Jason Tatum said those things before the playoffs started. Okay,
but let me tell you something. Let me tell you another team. Minnesota falls short. If I'm Minnesota, I'm going after Giannis. You got to find a way to keep Anthony Edwards happy.
That's right.
Like, he can't continue to keep doing his part, and the others around him are not getting it done.
He needs help.
And on top of that, don't let Karl Anthony Towns get to the promised land before him and win the NBA championship after they traded him. The Heat is really go beyond.
Because you have to remember, as you watch Wemby do what he does, Karl Anthony Towns would clearly have been a better fit for Minnesota than Julius Randle. Now, in defense of Minnesota, Wemby wasn't here yet. You didn't know this was going to be like this. But the point is, Karl Anthony Towns complimenting Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert would have been much better against San Antonio than what we're seeing.
But that was the financial thing, too, right? Because Randle was making less money than Karl Anthony Towns was. Wasn't that part of the deal with the reason they made that trade?
I mean, it has something to do with it, but still, no. If he delivered, he deserved to get paid the big bucks.
Quickly, everyone answer at the same time. Is there any way Giannis stays in Milwaukee?
No.
Yes.
Oh!
Agonizing over this. Hembo always brings in our guest with a question about the guest. So, including playoffs, PJ, which player did you play the most games against in your career? Who are you thinking? Give me who you're thinking.
I'm thinking it's either Russell Westbrook or Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I got a feeling it's gonna be somebody that's not either one of them two, but I'm a roll with KD. I'm gonna say it's Kevin Durant.
That's right.
Yeah!
We did it. We did it. It is Kevin Durant. 45 meetings. The next are Jay Crowder, Danny Green, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. So you played Golden State a lot in your career. But the correct answer is Kevin. I was going to give a hint. I was going to say it's a very well-known player. Like, it's not an obscure player. But you didn't need a hint. That is my guy. All right, well done. Now, staying in the NBA, I've got a sound off here, and this is very interesting. I want to make one thing clear. This was from an interview that was recorded before the playoffs began. Jason Tatum sat down with the Today Show host Craig Melvin on the Glass Half Full podcast, and it was released today on the one-year anniversary of the Achilles injury that he suffered. This is what Tatum said.
I don't wanna go to work cause my boss is a jerk and I'm not even that paid.
I would say
I need a change in my life cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy.
holding up finals
Hold my beer
MVP.
for a minute. I'm about to quit
Can
my
you do it in
job,
Boston?
cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a
Absolutely.
trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm
So once
winning
again, to
all.
make very clear, all of the rigmarole that has taken place surrounding Jaylen Brown's comments, some of which appeared to be aimed, even if accidentally, towards Jason Tatum, this conversation that you just heard was recorded before the playoffs began. That said, it is still a fascinating thing for him to say because it is not usually what you hear NBA players say they're looking for.
I have no problem with Jason Tatum talking about what some of his individual accomplishments that he wants to attain are. But I then will often say, Greeny, that when you ask a player, hey, what are your goals? As a leader, you always say, we want to win championships. Mm-hmm. I want to win 3, I want to win 4. You probably don't say 6 or 7 like LeBron, but you say, like, I want to win championships. Sure. And when you start hearing about the individuality of it, and then you see that combined with things that have led over time with Jaylen Brown, you start wondering, like, it's naturally awkward between those two. Now, can they coexist? Potentially, if they have strong leadership. But as we were talking about sometimes, PJ, a lot of times organizations are the ones that pit the best players against each other.
What does that mean?
100%. It's the most subtle little things that you would never think about. Almost childish even sometimes.
Like?
There are things like being late to a plane, getting a meal first, getting cookies on the plane. Like, it's the dumbest.
They treat
it's a
certain
lot
players
of
a
dumb certain way. And, you know, on some organizations, they just flat out say it. This is the number one guy. Everybody else fall in line. This is what it is.
Okay, because that was going to be my question to you. I'm old enough that I remember when Moses Malone came to Philadelphia, and he was the MVP of the league, and he was the best player. And he came in the first day. I remember him saying, this is Doc's team. He gave respect to Julius Erving. This is Julius Erving's team, and they were able to coexist and win. How real a thing is that? We will say, this is so-and-so's team. This is so-and-so's team. Internally, is that really a thing, whose team it is?
It is and it isn't. And I say that because when you have stars switch teams and, you know, you get in different age brackets where you go into a younger stars team, I think that's respectful, and it kind of cleans the air for everybody to not have to, you know, kind of be on pins and needles and be able to play and not have to worry about who to give the ball to and what have you. But at the same time, I feel like it's up to the players to decide that. I don't think organizations should say, hey, here's the man. No, it's like, we're going to play, we're going to go to camp. The guys are going to be the guys. Everybody else is going to fill in their spots. Everybody knows their role. They know what they're supposed to do. It's business as usual. I don't think organizations have to kind of like dictate and point who's who and who. It takes care of itself.
Yeah, if I may, a great example is why did Kevin Durant leave Golden State? Because he knew it was never going to be his team. He was never going to get the credit and all that stuff, right? But Kevin Durant went to Golden State. Tatum and Brown were drafted by the same organization, grew up together, grew into champions together. It is something that they needed to work out, but it's also something I think, PJ, what you're revealing is it's something that Brad Stevens needs to address internally and figure this out because, look, Tatum didn't say finals MVP offhand. It's in the back of his mind that when we won a championship, I didn't win the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I didn't win the Finals MVP. It's something he wants individually. That says a lot.
All right, I am being told that something very special is about to happen, and indeed, it has just happened, making his appearance here, the one and only
What up, boy?
Stephen A.
Good to see you,
Smith.
baby.
Hello, Stephen A.
How y'all doing?
What's up, baby?
See my boy, I saw my man PJ in here. I had to come up in here.
Remember you called it?
Which one?
On the phone interview in Houston, you were like, when you get done,
That's right.
you're coming up here.
He's coming on TV. That's
Yes,
what I told him.
and that's what he's doing.
That's
He's
what
right
doing.
here on TV.
That's right here. I like that suit.
Stephen A.
No tie,
No
but
tie,
it's
but
okay.
class.
But it's
Class.
all right. That's that's not a pocket square. That's a piece of paper you get from a fax machine, right? It's pathetic.
Giving away
It's
secrets.
pathetic. What up, baby? What up, man?
Call me
What up, baby?
cost-efficient. Always sartorially splendid. I'm only going to have 1 minute with
Yes,
you here.
yes.
What's the most important thing? What's the most important message you want to bring in about the NBA today? We got Wembanyama's performance last night.
He's phenomenal.
We got Jason Tatum talking in this interview.
They won't be together, him and Jaylen Brown. One of them got to go. And it's going to be Brown.
You believe that that is the case? You don't think those two are together next year?
I think that when you're Brown and it's 24 hours after you lose a 3-1 lead in the first round for the Boston Celtics that had never done that in its franchise history, 18 championships. They've never done that. Most storied franchise in basketball annals. When you lose a 3-1 lead and you lose in the first round and 24 hours later you're saying that it was your favorite season, 2 years removed from from a Finals MVP and a championship, you're saying you're sending the wrong message. And then when Jason Tatum follows up the way that he did by talking about that's what he's after a Finals MVP himself, there's a disconnect there. I think that you move on.
And finally, very quickly, I have almost no time. Orange and blue skies, is this the year? Yeah. And First Take are coming up. They are 5